time. To the apostle at home and dashboard lights, searching for the answer, but it only comes with sacrifice. It's the other sun and stars beyond everything we know, far beyond that shallow place so many make their home. It's sweeter than the things lovers whisper in the dark. It's right here in this moment, a chance to make my mark.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, Jared. Good. Good to have you.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you beautifully, man.
Sweet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
wonderful.
got new Wi-Fi at the house here, so I'm pretty happy we're able to do this a lot easier. I live out in the sticks.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, wait. Here we go. I'm trying to get my buddy. There's Erickson. Hey, how you doing, Erickson?
What's up, man?
Good to have you, bud.
Good to see you,
Welcome.
brother.
Yeah, good to see you too. Oh goodness, man! Welcome to Roosta Show. We have Strongarm and the Bullies, and this is awesome. I got your new album going right now. It's badass.
Nice. Thanks, man.
I dig you guys, man. Great energy, great vocals, great lyrics. So tell me about you guys. When did you start? And tell me about it.
It's a long and winding road. Yeah. Yeah, no, Jared and I met in Okinawa, Japan in like 98, 99. And we messed around with the idea of a band. And then finally at about 2002, 2001, 2002,
Yeah.
we linked up in Riverside, California, and just kind of like set the whole thing off. Our other buddy from Japan, Ricky, our original drummer, we all just moved out to California. We said, let's get this thing going. You know, we didn't know anyone. We didn't have any scene contacts. We weren't even like, didn't have buddies or anything. You know, I was just getting out of active duty with the Marine Corps.
Yeah. Hey, Semper Fi. I'm a Marine too, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Semper Fi.
Third generation Marine.
Nice.
So
yeah, I was out at 29
Jared,
Palms. So, yeah.
You're Jarhead too, Jared?
No, I'm a dependent. I was a Marine brat.
Oh, okay. You're a Marine brat.
Yeah.
Family then.
There, that counts. It's a little bit.
Absolutely.
Hey, so what were we gonna say, Eric? Sorry, man. We kind of overlap each other at times on this, but because of the time, different. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a little delay, I'm sure.
Yeah,
no
technology
worries.
crap. So go for it, buddy. What were you gonna say? How were you guys? So you guys, that's how you guys started out. You guys met over in Okinawa, and then you just decided to get a band going, type of thing.
Yeah. So Jared and Ricky, our original drummer, kind of had a little punk rock band going on over there, and that's how I met them. So I was just out trying to find the scene, trying to find shows, trying to find other heads, So we just toyed around with the idea. Jared and I started playing around with like writing some songs, and then it was just one of those things. It was like they were living, I think, in North Carolina at the time, and I was coming off active duty in 29 Palms, and I was like, all right, like if we're gonna do it, this is the moment, So they they packed up, drove across the country. Yeah. There we go, man. The rest is just kicked it off, started doing what we could to get in the scene.
So what's your part in the job, Erickson, in this band? I mean, what do you do? You write the lyrics mainly?
Oh yeah. So I'm the singer and mainly the main lyricist. Yeah.
Okay.
And
wonderful.
Truly though, Jared and I, like we're it's a true collaboration. People talk about like songwriting process sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have one songwriting process. Sometimes I come to him with some lyrics and a tune in my head or whatever, and I can play a little guitar, but I'm pretty bad at it. So everything I do has to be taken to Jared anyway to turn it into something kick ass. And
so Jared,
write a riff and
So Jared is the mastermind of the music, huh?
Absolutely. He's our maestro.
Yeah, I mean,
Jared,
definitely.
Did you tell me? Go ahead.
Definitely like at least in the beginning, you know, like as everything got started and a lot of the first album, I think all of the first album was just stuff that Eric and I had sort of developed, you know, over time. But honestly, you know, we got Spud in the band as our guitarist. We had a couple of different, you know, members come and go as things, you know, tend to. But our current guitarist and our guitarist, you know, he's got a feeling in the way that he plays the guitar. I think that definitely changed, you know, how we sounded, not just on songs that he wrote, but on you know how that made the songs that I wrote that Eric and I worked on together, like, you know, sound. So
Yeah, he's got a good drive on his guitar.
he really
Definitely.
does. Yeah.
Good
He
rhythm.
really, he works on that. That's definitely his goal, is to make you feel like you're stomping your feet.
What's his name?
Spud.
Spud.
Caleb
Okay.
Davis.
Yeah.
We all call him Spud. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
wonderful,
Caleb, I
wonderful.
guess. Yeah.
Hey,
I think
I'm a
our
Rooster,
rhythm section
man.
is probably the real like strength of the band at this point. You know, Jared and I, we get to do our flowery stuff on top of what they're doing, but they're the ones
yeah.
that really hold it down and give us that, like, we call it locomotive throat punch sound. You know, like just
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
it
Yeah.
chugging along. You know.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely in your face. And I like that.
Cool.
That's that honestly, I mean, I cannot stand weak punk rock. I'm just
Yeah.
not into it. No bubblegum rock here, man. I
Yeah.
don't even play Green Day on my show. You know, I mean,
I
that
feel
just
you.
goes
Yeah.
too far. I mean, I like some of their early stuff. The first couple albums were amazing.
Sure, they're
You
great.
know, I mean, seriously, and then it just turned into something else that I don't know. I don't even know you guys anymore.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
I mean,
And you know, I would say, I mean, you know, the first album, you know, again, it was so long ago. It was like 15 years or 18 years ago, I guess, when
yeah,
we did that first album with it in, you know, a different lineup.
yeah.
But now, you know, we have Shallon on the bass, and we have Chris on the drums, and you know, things really changed when Chris showed up, and it turned you know, our rhythm section, you know, into a powerhouse. And now
Yeah.
those are the folks that we rely on just to keep the thing going. I get to do, you know, some of the fun stuff on top, and of course Eric sings, but
So you're
yeah, they're really the
guitarist
heart and soul of the
also?
band.
You
What's
guitarist
that?
also? Are you guitar
Jared's lead
or
guitar.
Yeah, I play lead.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
lead guitar? Okay. Wonderful. Okay. I'm more a rhythm guitarist. I don't like lead right now. I'm trying my best, but I like to write also on the side. But,
There you go. Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Anyway, so what was I getting? Okay, do you guys consider you guys punk rock, hardcore, oi, skinhead, or what do you guys consider yourselves?
It's a very good question. We have this discussion sometimes because we're coming from that skidhead background.
Of course, yeah.
You know, a lot of hardcore punk rock and skinhead music and
Yeah.
oi. But when we
None of the bonehead
even
rock though, of course. None
No.
of the boneheads.
Fuck that
none of the
shit.
bonehead shit.
Yeah, no bonehead shit. Gotcha.
Fuck the Nazis, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got you. I
Sorry for
appreciate
the
you guys saying
language, but
that. No,
yeah.
definitely no. It's not for kids here. You know, it's
Yeah.
for adults.
No,
You know,
we've always been vehemently and sometimes violently anti-racist in this band. So
yeah. Well, that's good. Very good.
yeah.
The reason why I asked is just because skinheads have had a bad rap for a while. And
Absolutely.
I ask every band that comes on here that claims oi and skin,
Yeah.
just kind of explain yourself a little bit, let people feel comfortable about what you believe. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yes, go ahead and go ahead, bud. I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
Oh, all good, man. Yeah, no, it's I mean, we've been that way always, and from the start. You know, a couple of us in the band run with a crew out in Southern California called Unity. So we wear it on our sleeves, we wear it on our skin. We don't really mess around when it comes to the bonehead stuff. We want them to know where we stand, so we put that out there. And there's even, you know, a song on our new album that, you know, we don't consider ourselves a political band, but just the times we're living in was just kind of, it was social commentary. It wasn't really trying to be political, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Observation and commentary, right? So
yeah. Well, you need a little bit of politics in punk rock. Because I mean, it's kind of, they almost go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
They don't go with goth rock and all that good stuff, but punk rock, you definitely need it.
Yeah.
You know, so
I would definitely say that sonically, speaking, I think that, you know, we're definitely a lot different than I would imagine sort of your sort of typical, and I don't know what's typical, but, you know, sort of your straightforward oi, you know, band. I think that,
Yeah.
you know, we come from uh, that background, like Eric said, but, you know, we've always wanted to find a way to influence blues, what we consider to be, you know, America's fucking great contribution to music in the world,
Yeah.
and try
Exactly.
to me, that's what Americana is to me, you know. That's my thing. So
Hmm.
we always, in our first album we did it, and I think in this new album we really, I think, shined at being able to pull it off, where we're bringing some of that, you know, rock and roll, the old stuff from the
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
70s, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
different vibes in, because, you know, and not even on purpose of trying to, you know, stay from being pigeonholed, but more or less, you know, as we grow as a band, you know, we want to show these different influences, you know, in our
Exactly.
music, but
I
we
felt it
completely.
too.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I felt it when I was listening to that album. All the changes, the transitions, but they all flowed beautifully to it. Yeah, it was awesome. You guys
Thanks,
did a
man.
great job on it. You know, a great way to see. Is I honestly, I kind of grew up not really liking the hard. I mean, like, I've not ever been much of a ska person. Just gonna let it be right out there. I mean, I like some of it, but there's like a few bands that really could pull it off, and you guys, one of them were getting that sound in there. That there's that you feel that aggression, then it changes into another beat, you know, another rhythm, another style, another groove, and it was beautiful the way you guys did. And other
Thanks,
band
man.
that does it, Stomper 98 does it the same way.
Yeah.
You know, they the way they
Love
add
those
the
guys.
trumpets in there, just
Yeah.
mildly with the guitar. You know, it just love it. That's the
Yeah.
way I like it. I mean, I like it that way. I don't like it when they go too over the top. It just drives me nuts because I'm more an aggression
Yeah. Yeah.
type of
Dig it.
music type lover. So go ahead.
Yeah, man. No, that's, you know, I think ultimately what we always kind of said, even in the beginning of Strong Arm, was like, we just wanted to be a good rock and roll band. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
we'll let other people put the labels on us and make the comparisons or whatever. We just want to play good, hard fucking rock and roll, you know, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the goal.
Yeah, I was talking with convict class, and they were doing
Mhm.
the same, said the same thing. They were we're just fucking rock and roll, man.
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah,
what it's all about. I mean, it's just, you know, unity and freaking rock and roll. That's
yeah,
all.
dude.
That's so that's wonderful. So you guys have some tours lined up or anything
Yeah,
like that?
doing some cool stuff. We just wrapped up our little California run. We did San Diego, Long Beach, Pomona, and San Francisco. Was that last weekend, weekend before last, or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
Ton of fun, man. So much fun. Great. We were at the Antagonizers, ATL,
Ah,
21 Gun Salute. So it was like a top to bottom one of those, just like, you got to go see the show. You're going to have a blast, you know.
damn.
Um, so great crowds, great energy. All the bands were fantastic. For us, we kind of viewed it as a little bit of a warm up because we're going to Europe in early April, at the beginning of April.
Oh,
So we're like, hey, let's
shit.
just go hit the road. Let's see how it goes, see how it
Yeah, yeah.
flows. And we figured we'd have a lot of hiccups and a lot of lessons learned, you know, that we
Of course.
could take back from this California run. But to be honest, it killed. Like, it was just good. Everything was
Yeah.
tight. Everything flowed really well. So everyone's feeling pretty good and confident about Europe. And then so we're doing so we're starting off. It's kind of a weird one. So we're starting off. I'm singing with my other band, Live by the Sword,
Okay.
at a festival in Maastricht, Netherlands, on, I think it's
Oh,
April 7th. And then the very next day, Strong Arm's kicking off their tour, and we're doing 3 dates across Germany, hopping down to Switzerland, and then we're going to get on a plane and go down to Spain. We're going to do 2 shows in Basque Country and one in Madrid. And apparently, like, Basque Country and Spain is just like where it's happening right now too.
wow.
So
That's
we're
awesome.
super excited to get down there and just get out there anyway. You know, I mean, it's a short tour, so we're just trying to pack it in. We're playing every night, you know, and then when we come back from that, I guess um, I don't even know if I should say it yet. Well, I can
I,
say it without saying who we're playing with. But then we're gonna do in
yeah.
May. It looks like we're gonna be on a punk rock bowling
Oh,
show.
awesome.
So we're
Oh,
gonna hit
that'll
that
be
up in May.
great. Is that's
Beyond
with
that, who
Fat?
knows? We
Isn't
want to
that
do
Fat?
some
That's
East
Fat
Coast
Records,
dates.
isn't it? Fat Records does that, or who does
It
that?
was started originally by the guy from the Stern Brothers, by
Oh,
BYO.
this. Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
And we used to go do that back in our early days as a band. We went out there. It was a much
Yeah.
smaller event.
Oh yeah,
We'd go out there. We'd actually
I
bowl.
know
We
what
had
you're
like a
talking
bowling team, and like did
about.
the whole thing. And I don't think most of us haven't been back there in several years. So we're pretty stoked to be able to get back, not just go back and see everybody and have some
Yeah,
fun, but also playing a show while we're there. So
that's
that's
awesome.
it for now. Those are the big plans at the moment.
Okay, well, appreciate it. So, did you guys kind of grow up in musically inclined families, or did you just kind of grow up with a love for music and writing, or
Yeah, I've been running my mouth. I'll answer that, but I'll let Jared go
yeah,
first.
yeah. Go ahead, Jared.
I grew up listening to like 90s country with my
Okay.
mom and that and I listened to some soul and stuff with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
stepdad growing up. But I really didn't like wrap my head around music until high school. And then I was really, once I started playing the guitar a little bit, just Green Day songs and stuff like that.
Of
Just
course.
I like being on stage. That's always fun. That was entertaining for me. But once I started like playing the guitar, I just started playing blues, and I never really
Yeah.
listened to the blues. I don't really know much about them. So ever since I was a
Of
kid,
course.
I've just been reaching back and trying to find the music that made the music that made the music
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
got
yeah.
us to what we listen to now. So I mean, bands like Stiff Little Fingers probably one of the most important bands for me in high school in terms of sonically what they were going for, um and then bands like the Bruisers, who brought kind of like the oi side, and they brought the blues
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
to
they
the
were
scene.
great.
I think and I listened to them. Me and Rick listened to them all the way from Florida to California when we drove out. And
Mhm.
yeah, so that was a pretty big influence. So yeah, it kind of was like a late start for me, but I think I probably started playing the guitar as many young men do, for the girls. But I realized that once the girls all went away, I was still playing the guitar, and I was and I was more focused on making music and playing shows, and
Yeah.
that kind of took over. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bass was actually my first instrument. I loved it.
Nice.
And then but then I picked up guitar and played a little bit drums. A buddy of mine taught me how to play drums and stuff, and I just kind of
Well
just
rounded.
grew into
Hey,
love writing music, man. I just
yeah.
honestly really love it. It's a passion of mine, and
Yeah.
dealing with musicians is another passion. So I mean, because we share passions.
Yeah. No, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that you do, and I'm glad that you're
Yeah,
talking to us, and that you're talking to the other bands,
yeah, yeah.
and keeping alive, man. I mean,
I got
you know,
I got lower class brats today, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, good man.
Yeah,
That's real good.
yeah. March 16th, May 16th.
Very nice.
Whew, yeah,
love those guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a
They're
chance
awesome.
to play with them a couple times back in the day. Yeah, they're killer dudes, like really nice guys.
So,
Uh,
who's a highlight in your guys' career so far that you guys had a chance to play with?
I can name two right off the top of my head. We were fortunate enough to be main support for the Business twice when
Ah,
they came out to the West Coast back in like 2005, 2006.
yeah,
Became really good friends with Mickey and some of the guys he was bringing along at the time. Um, so I still to this day think they're probably one of the best, if not the best, oi bands
yeah,
ever. And
yeah.
then to be able to become friends with one of your like heroes, like when I went on a holiday to
Yeah.
London with my brother and I hit up Mickey. He came down, picked us up, drove us around, took us to a show,
Mm.
dropped us off at the West Ham bar before we went to the game to the match.
Hell yeah,
And I think the
that's
other one for
rad.
me is probably uh, we we had to play with Agnostic Front, but it was when we were opening for Roger Merritt and the Disasters when he was doing that project.
Oh wow,
And I was outside of the
yeah.
venue after our set, and I was just hanging around or whatever, talking to people. And this guy comes walking by. It's dark out. It's at the Showcase Theater in Corona,
Mhm.
which is shut down, but like a famous spot, back in
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
Guy comes walking by and he's like, hey man, like I caught your set. I really like the sound of your voice. I really like what you're doing, man. Like you gave me like big props, and I was just like, cool, brother. Thank you so much. And he walked off. And then the guy I was talking to was like, know who the fuck that is? Like, that was Roger Merritt.
Oh my goodness.
And then after that, I got to know Roger a little bit too. And, when we played out in Phoenix a long time ago, he came out to the show and stuff. So I think those were two just personal like icons that I not only got to play with, but I got to get to know a little bit too. And,
I'm gonna interject real quick.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
I gotta say, the Agrolites. We got the opportunity to play with them a couple of times. We got to play their album release party. And those guys are just one of the fucking coolest guys. And it was just one of those things where, again, we're just always just trying to be a rock and roll band, but now you put us with ska bands and reggae bands and a bunch of oi bands, and you see all the same people dancing to all those different styles of music. And I feel like Agrolites, man, they blew it up.
Wonderful, man. Hey, since you're right here, what's your favorite part? Creating the music or being on the stage?
It's kind of equal parts for me. It's I think the creative process is probably the most rewarding part for me. Once I see this like idea turn into an actual, creation.
It's hard to get that idea out of your head sometimes.
Exactly.
It sounds better in your head.
That's right. Yeah. So getting it from there to a point where I'm like, cool, that's what I wanted, and I love being on stage, but I kind of I almost black out, like when it's time to go, it's just sort of like that flip, you switch that flip.
I got you.
Switch and then I'm just kind of in that zone.
It's like
then I come off stage and I'm just me again. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I got a job to do.
Put my game face on.
Going to work,
Go get my bat.
I gotta say,
I need my bat.
With
your bat. That'd be awesome.
I feel like for me, it's probably closer to 70-30. I mean, maybe even 80-20 stage versus the creative process. I love the creative process, of course, because that's how you get the stuff. But I like that blacked out feeling, like Eric's talking about. That's like I live for. Like it's like
it's a badass feeling.
I feel normal. I feel like regular. I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for 45 minutes at a time.
It's finally all that hard work paid off.
Yeah. I get to show somebody my art, and honestly, like live,
that's what it is.
You get to look at people in the eye, and they're looking at you, and they're it's real time, and I love that. I feel like the guitar plays itself. I don't, it's all just happening,
Exactly. That's awesome. So, I got lost. Got sidetracked here. Because that was a good answer. Yeah. Okay.
We talk a lot, so sorry.
No, that's great, man. By the time, that's wonderful. Just a second. Computer's like being funky here. Okay, that's good. Anyway, so you guys, are you straight up from You guys from California? You said, right?
That's where the band started out. Jared's from California. He's from Orange County originally. Out there.
Oh, you're in Orange County. Oh,
yeah. I grew up in a small town in West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. So is that where you're at now?
I'm in Virginia now.
Virginia, wonderful. Yeah. I'm in Idaho.
Yeah.
So I'm a spud too, I guess. I'm actually from California though. I grew up in Oceanside and Moreno Valley and Norco, Corona.
Yeah, those are our stomping grounds, man.
Duarte, Arcadia, Monrovia, Laverne. Yeah, so I was over there for like 20 something years.
Yeah, right on.
So
I would probably say that Riverside. If we had to pick where are we from, as it were, I'd probably have to say Riverside is. I mean, that's where we lived when we all made all this stuff happen.
Yeah, Moreno Valley, 14 years right here.
Yeah.
I went to Moreno Valley High School too.
Nice. That's the last place I lived before I moved out of California.
Oh wow! You know where the Food for Less is?
Mm-hmm.
I lived right behind the Food for Less.
Nice.
We're kind of turned around Elder Avenue.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
Hey, yeah, Elder Avenue. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I lived on Elder Avenue. My
yeah.
house
I
got
worked
robbed.
at the
My house
Air
got
Force
robbed
Base there.
twice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I worked at the Air Force Base right there, March Air
Oh,
Reserve Base.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
lived like
March.
2 exits away. Yeah, it's right down the road.
Great. So, do you guys have some more tracks in the works? Some new ideas? I mean, you just put this out, and
Yeah.
I know I'm putting pressure on you already.
No, it's all
But
good. We like the pressure. You know, it's we've said it a couple times, but not here. And talking to other people, like it's kind of when we started the process of making this album, we weren't sure if it was going to just be our swan song. You know, like
Mhm.
all right, that's it. That's the album we were supposed to have made 18 years ago, and cool. Now we can all like
Move on.
go in peace, right? But instead, it just lit the fire. Like everybody in the band got super motivated. You know, that's what's led to these tours and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and absolutely the discussion of what's next. So we're already working on new material. When we were in the studio last time, we recorded some, got the drums down anyway for a couple of tracks. Redid a couple of our old songs we weren't totally happy with, but also recorded like a cover of 7 Seconds song "Strength," and so we've got some
Ah,
stuff in the hopper that we can already play with,
I'm a
and
big
we're already
Seven
talking
Seconds
about our
fan.
next studio sessions, and
Yeah,
you know, there's definitely more coming. Yep.
wonderful. Do you guys ever plan on collaborating with another artist, or do you have any ideas? You don't have to say who, if you do, but do you have anything kind of in the works?
No, not really.
No one yet.
Nothing specifically. We're kind of just we sort of waited for this album to come out before
Yeah,
we wanted to see what the reception was.
yeah,
We
gotcha.
wanted to see kind of how it played, and before we started talking to anyone about whether they wanted to work with us or splits or anything like that. But yeah, no, I mean it's definitely been on our mind, and now that the album's out, we're in that mode where we're thinking about all of the things that come next.
Music
So
video.
yeah, we're working
Uh,
on that too. Yep,
you are,
yeah,
huh?
we're working on
Cool.
it. Yeah,
So, where can people find your music or your merchandise?
and go, Jared.
Go,
So
buddy.
you can find us on Facebook and Spotify, but you can find us streaming on iTunes and Spotify, all your streaming services if you just want to stream it. But if you want to purchase the album, you can get that from Rebellion Records. They're out of the Netherlands, but
Okay.
their shipping is good, their tracking is good, so it's absolutely reliable place for anybody in the U.S. to purchase stuff. We have just opened up an eBay store. As you might know, it's sometimes online retail can be a bit difficult, but
Yeah.
we do have a store, and if you order from there, you'll be able to get any of the 3 t-shirt designs that we have available that we had in California.
Mhm.
And for Europe, we're going to have a brand new t-shirt that's going to be just available in Europe. It's going to be a black shirt with the fist logo that's going to be available when we're out there. But if you are ordering from Rebellion Records, you can get like a combo of that t-shirt and either CD or record for I think it's under $20. So I mean it's really good price. I think
Yeah.
that Wilder and Rebellion Records and Freck, they all did us a really good solid in making sure that they were supporting us and supporting the album. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. And if you follow us on Facebook and that, you'll see as develop a little bit. So kind of like Eric said, we didn't really know what the reception for this, was going to be. And of course, we're really excited for it. But, going through the growing pains 18 years later can be a little bit, daunting. But yeah, we're just trying to make sure we can get it out to the fans.
Great. So, yeah, well, do you guys have anybody that you'd like to thank for your success so far in,
Yeah,
your band?
I think there are definitely a few people that have helped us out a lot along the way. Back in the early days, especially our buddy Gonzo out of Southern California. It's Gonzo Presents.
Yeah.
Pretty much any band in this scene that comes through Southern California probably plays one of his shows, you know. So we got to
Sounds
give a
familiar.
shout out to him.
Oh, wonderful.
And the guys at Rebellion, they have a small team, but they are incredible. You know, they support us every step of the way. There was no reason for them to even put our new album out after 18, 19 years, you know, but they felt, you know, like the same way. It was like an album they'd been waiting for, you
Yeah.
know. So Wilder, the label boss over there, is one of the nicest guys in the scene. He's like 6'5", huge, bald, scary looking dude, but he's like the nicest guy in the world, you know.
Yeah.
And runs a real good company over there.
Mm.
And you know, works with tons of good bands. Like you know, if you're familiar with Rebellion Records, you probably know a lot of the bands that he's worked with. You know, Savage Beat, the Reapers.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on. It's too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big ass list.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big shout out to our tour manager for Europe, Eric. What's the details on that guy?
Mario, Master Brilla.
Mario,
Some
yeah.
people know him. Yeah. So from Pogo Rosh.
Pogo Rosh, that was the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, put together this European tour for us when we didn't even have the new album out yet. You know, we're like, why would anyone want to book us? But this dude put it together, got us a show every night. You know, did a really, really excellent job. And he throws a big festival over there too in Germany that's great. You know, people over there know him for sure. He's a legend in the scene. And
That's awesome.
he did real good things for us. And yeah, and then Freak de Grief. He did the final mixing and mastering on this album. And for an album that, you know, we essentially built a studio in Jared's basement and did it all DIY. Granted, we're, you know, at a point in our lives where we were able to put some good equipment in there, and we built a whole custom room to sound real good, and we did all that stuff.
That's awesome.
But in the end, you know, Freak put those final touches on it, and I'm sure you heard. I mean, it doesn't sound like it was recorded in a basement, you know.
It sounds amazing, actually.
Turned out really good. Yes.
I'm trying to promote it for you guys the best I can. I think
I appreciate it, man.
It's bomb. Yeah. Now the artwork, I noticed in one of your posts you gave props to the artist of your new album, Drive.
Yeah,
Drive On, right? It's Drive On.
Drive On.
Yeah.
So the
cover tell me
art,
about the artist. Yeah.
Yep, the cover is an actual painting that we commissioned from a Dutch guy, Johan Pringer. Does incredible work. Some people might not be into it, but if you're into, like, you know, upside down crosses and burning churches and like real like cool shit, like, you know, like, then he's some of his stuff is truly amazing. It's dark, it gets dark, but it's amazing. But we love his work, and he's done some stuff for my other band, Live by the Sword, as well. So
yeah, I gotta find out about that when we're done, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
you were holding it back on me. You never told me about that one. So me and you got issues, man. Next time I see you.
that full disclosure, right? So anyway, when we were working out the art for the album, for Strongarm's new album, he was willing to do a painting for us. So we just gave him a concept. And if you get the actual like vinyl, I mean, it really does. It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful painting. And then all of the internal art and layout and design and everything it's a dude, Raymond, out of Barcelona. It's Raymond GD Art, if you want to look him up on
yeah, I would love to look him up. Yeah,
he's amazing. Like you'll start to recognize his style when you see it, but he has a ton of stuff out there right now. I just saw a flyer yesterday for the Young Ones from the Netherlands are coming and doing a US tour. He did the flyer for that.
Yeah.
He did both of our flyers. He did the flyer for the California tour and the flyer for the European tour. I think Antagonizers, they're going to be in Europe like a week after us. He did a flyer for them too. Just amazing work. The guy's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's great, man. Yeah, you guys, I'm really proud of having you guys here and part of the show, and
appreciate it.
I really don't have much more for you except for just hope we stay in contact, and you guys want to promote another album coming out, or tour or something, just let me know. We'll probably get a little promo together or something for you and record something, and we'll figure out something, whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I mean, might as well
Thanks for
use
bringing us on,
use
man.
the Zoom while we can, right?
That's
you're
right.
like,
That's right.
yeah, thank God for the people that are smarter than us to create such wonderful things.
Loving the technology.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's a love and hate, but it's been getting better actually. Well, I appreciate you both. Thank you, Jared. Much love to you and your family. Much love to you, Eric, and
Appreciate
to the
you
rest of the
too.
guys. And always here for you. And I thank you very much. You take care of yourselves.
Rock on.
And
Cheers,
oi,
brother.
oi,
Oi.
oi. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.